Huh? What? Huh? Oh, I'm fishing? Oh, yeah. Oh, achievement! Look at that. 50 fish. Yay, party streamers.
Approximately 10 hours later.
This is why fishing is boring, man. This is why I made Fishmonger. Fishing with Fishmonger. Fishing with Fishmonger. Hey guys, Fishmonger here. As I mentioned in some previous videos, I've got the new version 2.026 pretty much all set and ready to go. I'm going to be uploading it to the website pretty much 5 minutes, 10 minutes from now, right when this video is done recording. So you can look for it down here. Basically, just go to the website, wowfishmonger.weebly.com. Scroll on down for the download here. This will show 2.026. And you should be all good to go. If you have a previous installation, I'll just overwrite over it, and you can get set up and running. 2.026 has some great bug fixes for the vanilla fishing, which I'm going to actually show you now because I'm going to get set up to do that. And it's got a different Wrath of the Lich King mode also, in addition to the retail mode. So I'm going to go through all three of those in this video real quick. So let's head on over to vanilla now and do some fishing. Alrighty, so just got myself a fishing pole, had to get to level 5 to get that to happen. And I am running to Crystal Lake, which is the closest lake to where I am in Goldshire here as an alliance. So I'm going to bring Fishmonger up. Let's see here. I guess I have the shortcut on the desktop. I could use that, but that's okay. And we're going to come into the advanced options, and we're going to enable vanilla Warcraft mode. As you can see, it's already set up here. And what this mode does is basically adjust some of the timings and the looting of Fishmonger and how it handles that, because it's actually different than retail, and it's different than Wrath of the Lich King. Everything kind of works on a different system because it's a totally different game. I'm on the Light's Hope right now, if I didn't mention that already. I think I did. And I can't guarantee that this is going to work on other vanilla private servers, but they're pretty much the same because they all kind of run the same core, but no guarantees. So one of the things I can tell you is it's interesting. In vanilla, when you fish or cast, your bobber always follows the same vertical line. So this search window that we've got, we can really tighten this up and make this a lot smaller. It does not need to be as wide as it is, and it really doesn't need to be as tall as it is, because the bobber pretty much always sits in the same spot. You can see I'm just going to cast a whole bunch of times, and it very rarely even moves distance. But I can see I'm not going to cast any further than that, and I don't think I can get this any lower, but we're fine. I hate when it does that. Just close and reopen the search window, it'll fix. So what we're going to want to do is, in addition to enabling the vanilla mode, you can see here the movement sensitivity, that slider is disabled because vanilla Warcraft mode doesn't use the detection of the bobber and looking for movement. All it does is look for a bright white splash in front of a dark background. So you're going to want to make sure that the area inside the searching window is pretty dark. I mean, right now I've got these areas of the white that kind of comes up on the water, but it's actually not as bright as the splash or the bobber. We'll take a look here. I'll show you. The bobber is going to splash, and it's actually going to be a pretty bright white compared to the background, which is really what we're looking for. And the goal is to set the... There you go, see that? The goal is to set the color sensitivity slider to basically detect the splash, but not everything else in the background. And just to kind of show you, if I set this up really, really high at like 200, and I say start fishing, what's likely going to happen is it's going to see the water in the background. See that? So it's searching that search window, and it sees the white of the water, so it's thinking it's a splash and it's catching it. So on the flip side, if I bring this all the way down, this color sensitivity slider, what this is going to do is it's going to say inside that search window, only really look for really, really, really bright shades of white. Don't search too dark. Just look for really bright shades of white. I don't know if this is going to catch on 10. Apparently it is. It was enough to trigger it. So that was bright enough white to actually catch it at 10, which is actually a good sign. It's probably going to catch that one too. Oh, maybe not. Sometimes when you cast, if you notice that bobber itself, the whole bobber is really bright white. I don't know why it does that. It's a weird glitch in Warcraft, I guess. And sometimes it interferes with the searching for Fishmonger. But let's take a look and see what this does here. And as you can see, it was actually enough to catch it, and it was good shape. So now with vanilla out of the way, let's switch on over and take a look at Wrath of the Lich King, which is another option that I got on here. Let's see how that works out. Alright, I'm back. Here we are in Wrath of the Lich King. I'm on the Warmane server. And basically, if I bring up my map here, you can see where I'm at. Alliance, Valiance, Keep. Nice little area to fish because generally Horde don't mess with you here. Given the location. And I'll basically... Oop, I was on my horse. I'm going to hop up my horse. And I'm just going to head over to a little area, a little secluded area over here for some testing purposes. And a little rock. Set my butt down. And with Wrath of the Lich King, it's very similar to vanilla. What we're trying to do is find an area where it's a dark background. So if you notice, if I turn here and look, the white is the water is very bright. But if I turn this direction, it's darker. See the difference? So it's actually a darker water over here than it is over here. So you're going to want to face a direction where you've got a dark water and a dark background. And then, where's the... And you're going to want to cast, and also make sure, just like this, that your bobber is nice and dark. See the difference? Put my mouse over, it brightens up, and there it gets dark, and it brightens up, and it gets dark, and gets bright. So you're looking for a dark bobber like that. Let's see. Looking for a dark bobber like this, not a bright bobber. And that's generally affected by the area you're fishing. Just like vanilla and just like Legion. The area you're fishing and the direction you're facing and the time of day. Those things all make a big difference. So I'm going to open up Fishmonger. And I'm going to change some settings here. I'm going to go into the advanced options. I'm going to make sure Wrath of the Lich King is enabled, and it is because I was just using it. Yeah, I could pretty much leave these settings the same for right now. They're not really going to change anything. And I'm going to wait 1 second after a catch before recasting. You actually can usually get away with this, but I like to have a 1 second buffer to be safe. So let's bring up our windows. And let's see here. I cast a bunch of times to see where the bobber's going to land. Make sure that I'm within the window, and it is landing within the window, so we're good there. You can see the bobber movement sensitivity. That slider is disabled because just like in vanilla, in Wrath of the Lich King, the movement sensitivity doesn't do anything. You're not looking for the bobber to go up and down. You're looking for the bobber to have a bright white splash over a dark background. So I have my color sensitivity set at around 85, and generally, from my experience, that's a good number here in this area based on the water and the surroundings that I'm at. If you find that it's splashing but it's not catching, you're going to want to take this slider, increase this a little bit, maybe to like 90, 95, 100, 105, go in increments of 5 or 10. And if you find that it's catching too often or it's seeing everything, then you want to basically lower this, down to like 80, 75, 70. Just generally somewhere in that ballpark between like 60 to 50 to 120 is a good round number for that. So I'm going to hit start fishing here. And, oh, whoops. Okay. My safety warning came up because apparently I have 20 hours typed in and I didn't mean to do that. So that's good. I forgot I actually put that in there because you don't want to fish for 20 hours at a time. I mean, unless you want to put yourself open to getting banned. Not a good idea. So let's let this run for 10. We'll come back and see how it does. Alrighty, and we're back. And as you can see, it's 10 for 10. No problems here. Minute and 40 seconds for 10 fish, which is pretty good. So you're looking at like 100 seconds altogether, or basically about 10 seconds of fish for average. That's a pretty good time. So You know, it doesn't take long. You set it up for half hour, 2 hours, walk away, come back. You got a lot of fish to sell for some good money. So let's head on over to the retail and take a look at those settings and see what we can do. Little side note here. I totally forgot how easy this was. Retail, when you got all these heirlooms and all this stuff. I mean, I'm level 7, and here's a level 5 wolf. And if I just stand here... I mean, I get it. I'm 2 levels ahead of him, but... maybe more damage than this? It's not like the heirlooms add that much armor or anything. What do? Hit 1, 2. I don't know, man. Alright, so we're over in Loch Modan right now, and I'm just kind of trying to avoid some of these Murloc dudes because I don't feel like getting into a fight. And let's find a spot on the water where we can fish. Maybe on this rock? I don't know. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, looks like we can. So, and this is a good spot to show you a couple things too. So, if I just cast this direction, I get not a bobber I like because the blue and the red on the feather is really bright. I'm going to turn 180 degrees and cast this way. That's better. Dark feathers, really bright white right here, that area. I'll try angling a little bit different. Take a look. It's about the same. That's actually a lot brighter. Yeah, this direction here. I'm liking that. So let's pull up the Fishmonger. Get the windows rolling. Now I'm going to have to make some adjustments here. I'm no longer in the cave. And I'm no longer going to need to be searching for 185. I can probably bring this all the way down for like 60, because that is a really bright white. So let's just take a look at this real quick. Pop it on, see what happens. I can definitely see that I am detecting that circular top part of the bobber because the hand itself is directly below that area, and that's the first place it jumps to when it gets the catch. So that's an easy way to tell that you're kind of really got the right area there. This looks like this is locking on really good. I got a feeling this is going to be fishing night and day on this particular spot. It's all about the color of the bobber. I can't stress that enough. Everybody has problems setting up Fishmonger. They say it doesn't work, this, that, and the other thing. You know, I got problems. It does this. It's all jumpy. It's like, you just got to understand the settings and how to adjust them, how to set them, how to set the settings. And the main thing is the color sensitivity. The second main thing is where you are in relation to fishing. Because if I, on this rock, turned around and was fishing the exact opposite direction with the same exact settings, I would not be getting 100% success rate. Because the color of the bobber would be completely different than what it's at right now. And I'll show you. I'll do that. I'm going to hit F7. I'll pop over here. Not changing anything other than the way I'm looking. So let's see what happens. I got a feeling, if it does work, I mean, it's great, but I got a feeling that it's going to potentially not work as good. I don't care what expansion you play. Fishing is dull. Very dull. Huh? What? Huh? Oh, I'm fishing? Oh, yeah. Oh, achievement! Look at that. 50 fish. Yay, party streamers. So that's pretty much it for right now. Gave you a little bit of vanilla, gave you a little bit of Wrath of the Lich King, gave you a little bit of Legion as far as the fishing goes. And you can see with the proper setup, it runs all those perfectly fine. Absolutely zero issues. So version 2.026, minor upgrade from the previous one, 2.025, did fix a couple of bugs that were just more annoying than anything else. Added the Wrath of the Lich King, which is nice if you're on the Warmane server or any other kind of servers that you can use this on. Again, I test Wrath on Warmane, and I test, well, Legion on, you know, what I'm playing right now, retail. And then vanilla is Light's Hope, but other private servers might work for you the same way. Feel free to check out this website, fishmonger.weebly.com, for all new sorts of information and downloads. Got any questions, you can hit me up here, wowfishmonger@yahoo.com. If you want to help put my kids in college, there's my PayPal, my Bitcoin, my Litecoin, my Ether, my Zcash. I'm doing all sorts of crypto now, so links will be in the description down below as far as the video goes also. So this is Fishmonger. I'm out. Catch you later.